Today is Thursday, November 21st, 2024, and welcome to my channel. I'm Dawn, and I'm here today at Ripley's Believe It or Not Museum, and I'm inviting you to join me on this exploration and adventure. Robert Ripley was born in 1890 and he died in 1949. He was a famous cartoonist, a journalist, and an amateur anthropologist. But he is known for having traveled to these wild and crazy places with tribes and peoples, indigenous peoples that had not been touched by modern day time, modern world. And he collected all these weird, odd, crazy things. So if you'd like to check those out with me today, I'd love to have you join me on this adventure. And thanks for coming along. Let's go do it. All right, guys. If you hang in with me throughout this entire video, I have a surprise for all my Colorado friends. It's a huge, huge surprise because it's actually a full, large, very, very large tribute to the Denver Broncos here in St. Augustine, Florida. I think you're going to be really surprised, and it's pretty awesome. So if you go all the way through this video, you're going to see that at the very end, the big surprise for the Denver Broncos. Go Broncos. And so enjoy, guys. So a little history about the building itself that houses this museum. It's absolutely fascinating. And so here's the story.
Ripley's Believe It or Not Museum is housed in the old Warden Castle, a residence constructed in 1887 by William G. Warden of Philadelphia. Warden was partners with Henry Flagler and John D. Rockefeller and built his home as a winter escape for his family. In 1941, wealthy hotelier Norton Bascom and his wife, get this, was Marjorie Kinnan Rawlings. And if you remember reading The Yearling when you were a child, she's the one who authored that and is a native Floridian who grew up not too far out into the central Florida and is really a famous author. So she lived here with him and converted it into an upscale hotel accommodations. A fire erupted in April 1944, and 2 women staying in the castle perished. The women were reportedly unknown to each other, and the rumors still circulate as to how the fire began.
So this is the biggest tree house you'll ever see. This tree was 1,900 years old, 267 feet high, and 14 feet in diameter. This was the 4th log that was cut from the tree in 1938, measuring 33 feet long and 8 feet high. And it's actually been routed out and is a 4-room house, hand-carved from this redwood log. So we're about to check this out. I think I could live here. Len Moore originally got the idea to build his dream house after he took refuge in a burned out redwood tree during a storm. From start to finish, it took 4 months to chisel out the interior and over a year to build. The section of trunk used to build the house contained more than 11,000 board feet of lumber, enough to build a 5-bedroom house. And actually, this is way cool. Oh, I love the bunks. This is so cozy. I could live here. I could totally live here. It's almost like being in a log cabin, only better, because you just see the rounded ceiling of the tree. Like you just have a feel of being way deep into the tree. I think it's better than a log house. I could live here. Oh yeah, look at this. I could totally live here. Chest of drawers, it's got chests, it's got drawers. a little bench. Perfect. Like what else do you need? Here you go. Here's your stove, your sink, kitchen cabinets, kitchen table. It's perfect. I could definitely live here. There it is. That was a very big tree. All right, Laurel, swallow your nose. Just like JT sailors. Good job. Except, no, doesn't cut it. Sorry, doesn't cut it. Didn't do it. Didn't do it. Look at this, made from, Jack Sparrow made from recycled car parts. This is way cool. I love this. I don't know if you could see see the elephant, the monkey, what's that little creature up there on top? That one right there. That one right there. Oh no, that's the parrot at the top.
That's a Venus flytrap.
Oh, the one in the middle?
That's a plant.
What's that little creature next to it though?
It looks
Where's
like
the
a cow.
giraffe? I think that's a cow.
Yes.
No. I don't know. No, it's a lizard. See? Kind of got a lizard.
Oh, we're talking about different things.
And there's a butterfly. Yeah. Way cool. Oh yeah, you missed the alligator. Yeah. Okay, anybody know any vampires? This is what you need. This is the vampire killing kit. And this is a snake vertebrae necklace from New Guinea. And this is a must for all you fashion people out there. A nose bone worn by witch doctors in New Guinea. That is a must. If you're into fashion, you need that. And a one-handed police handcuff from 1869. Here's some memorabilia from Tom Thumb and his wife, Lavinia Warren. Annie Jones, born with a hairy face, one of the most famous spirited ladies, was a genetic condition. Born in 1865, died in 1902. These are the famous Changening Bunker Siamese twins, and that is a copy of their contract. Frida Pushnik, born 1923, lived till the year 2000. She was born without arms or legs, product of a botched appendectomy on her pregnant mother, yet could accomplish common tasks without assistance. Swallowing
This
swords.
is relatively high, considering that there are only a handful
I
of
just
people who
can't
can
even
swallow
imagine
swords.
how they
What
do
I
that.
started doing is I swallowed a
I
sword
don't
that's
have any
curved
earthly clue
90 degrees.
how
I swallow it,
they
I
would
have to
do
bend my
that.
body to match the shape of the sword, and then I twist the sword
Was
up
Edna
180
Price
degrees, so it comes all the way around my body,
1899 to
but on the
1987?
opposite side. And that's just a way
It looked a long time for someone who swallowed swords.
This is definitely an
That's
active
pretty
entertainment,
amazing.
but it is also much more.
Here is Robert Ripley with a Fiji mermaid. One of many. Alright guys, here is the Wheel of Destiny. And you step up and you push the button to start. And it tells you your personality traits and reveals your destiny. So I'm going to push this button. And we'll see where it lands. My personality trait, my destiny is strongman. Wow. Alrighty then. I'm okay with that. That's good. That works for me. We're about to find out. Laurel's personality trait and her destiny is as a human pincushion. Okay. Alrighty then. I'm trying really hard not. I'm trying really hard not to laugh, but I just can't help it. Okay, this is a genuine shrunken head. Interesting expression.
Exotic bird feathers are added as earrings and headdresses. And a shrunken head is placed near a fire to harden.
So these are genuine human heads that were covered with clay and then painted and decorated with shells.
6 months later, a shrunken head.
And they're believed to possess the virtues of the deceased.
The shrinking of human heads is an ancient rite with the Shuar tribe and one which is not
There's the shrunken head again. So here's a human bone dagger. It's fashioned from a human bone and carved by natives of the Torbriand Island from the leg bone of a vanquished enemy. And a genuine Fuji Island cannibal fork comes complete with the thumb, and human flesh was considered a tasty delicacy, but it was taboo to touch it, so they used 4 tined forks, and they were used to twist the flesh from the bone, enabling the diner to cook and eat this sweet succulent meat without touching it. In 1932, Ripley dined with a chief who had eaten 932 human beings. That's a lot. The Kabali skull bowl. The bowl shown before you is made from the skull of a Tibetan monk and used during New Year's celebrations to mix a potent drink of human blood and wine. These people had a strange diet. It's probably could have been high in cholesterol. Okay, so since I had pizza for lunch, so I'm probably not really hungry. But if you needed something to eat, why, you could just order this spider, a tropical tarantula, piping hot and delicious. Yum. This is Beauregard, the 6-legged steer. He was owned by Paul Springer of Wisconsin, and he lived for 14 years with 2 extra legs growing out of his back. I bet you he was a really sweet steer too. And there's a junkyard crow made entirely from scrap parts of cars and trucks, salvaged from wreckers. And salvaged. Here is a 2-headed lamb. An autopsy of this lamb, born in England in 1996, revealed that each head had a normal trachea and esophagus, but they each led to only 1 lung. The 2-headed rabbit. Most animals born with 2 heads or multiple limbs die quickly, rejected by their mothers. Occasionally, however, a freak animal will live a normal life. This rabbit could eat with both mouths and actually survived for several months. All right, my Colorado friends, here's the headless chicken. In 1945, Mike, a chicken from Fruita, Colorado, survived decapitation and lived for 18 months. Mike, who was actually a rooster, traveled the country, and curious onlookers could see the headless wonder for the mere price of 25 cents. The town of Fruita now celebrates its most famous celebrity, with an annual Headless Chicken Festival. If you're from Colorado, you could go to that festival. Go check it out. Now you know. Now you've seen who that festival is all about. And Biddy Cassels, lacking a broody hen, Biddy Cassels of England sat on a nest of eggs for several hours until they hatched. For my cat lovers out there, this is the world's largest known feline hairball, weighing 10.6 ounces and measuring 8 inches by 4 inches by 4 inches. It was removed from a 13-pound cat named Sachet. Sachet is owned by Donna Boggs, a resident of St. Augustine, Florida. That's huge. This is the snake eater as seen on Ripley's TV show, when he had a TV show, Johnny Tong, of Venice Beach, California. Trained his pet snake to crawl in his nose and out of his mouth. Wow, well, I don't think so. I don't think I'd do that with my pet dogs, but you know, I think that that's pretty amazing. And here we have the eyeball popper, which is self-explanatory, and the human flag. And the eyeball popper could dislocate his eyes, that's for real. And the human flag, he was from Lufuniak Springs, Florida. He could suspend himself like a human flag at the age of 90. Now that's amazing. And I actually believe that. This is the half man. That's a real picture of him on his horse. He was a real dude. He was the most amazing man. Johnny X torso ended where his hips should have been. At birth, doctors doubted he'd live through the day, but he grew up to become an artist, musician, composer, bandleader, actor, swimmer, diver, juggler, and tightrope walker. There's some pictures, real pictures. I mean, he was a for real person. The Crocodile Man, Bobby Blackburn, a nature preserve ranger from South Africa, wears dentures made of crocodile teeth. The teeth are sharp enough to cut through the thickest piece of crocodile meat. Bon appetit. I wouldn't want him biting me. That's pretty creepy. Right. I think I'm going to shake with Uncle Sam. And I think I need to shake with Merlin. I'm just interested to see what they have to say. This should be fun. Oh, it says that I'm strong-willed. I don't know. Maybe not. You could be right. We are now in the tribal section. Recycled snake. And that is a Solomon Island ancestor skull. Crocodile Wart Club. The Maori of New Zealand have a long tradition of seafaring, and this claw came from Australia to New Zealand in the early 1800s. The club would have been made a dangerous weapon, but was most likely used in ceremonies and dances as a rattle instead. This necklace is made from the teeth of a flying fox bat, which is one of the largest bat species in the world. And this is a buffalo teeth necklace. It's comprised of 6 tiers of Gayal buffalo teeth. In some parts of Asia, a person's wealth is based on how many Gayals they own. Sepik totem stepladder, acquired by Ripley deep in the jungles of New Guinea along the isolated Sepik River. This totem is actually a ladder, each rung carved to represent the face of a deceased chieftain. An Augustine mask. Excuse my pronunciation of things, guys. This is like foreign to me. The Fang people of Gabon once used this fork-faced mask for important community events. These masks were also used to engage in quests against sorcery. The multiple faces on the mask suggest the idea of heightened powers of perception and the ability to look into the past and the future. Eye of the beholder. Women of the Sahara tribe in Chad pierce their lips in a young age and slowly elongate them with wooden plates. It is believed to be a sign of beauty and maturity. This is an African mask. Ripley traveled the extent of Africa in 1933 to 34, collecting hundreds of artifacts, including beautiful and elaborate masks. The best of these masks were displayed in his Bayon Island home, then moved to his New York City auditorium. This is a New Guinea ancestor figure, placed before a communal house. This is the New Guinea yam mask. That is a Tibetan human skull drum. Creating a household implement from the bones of a deceased relative in Tibet is regarded as the ultimate sign of respect and devotion. This is a New Guinea tribal war canoe prow. It's on the front of an attacking canoe. And you're looking at a python snake skin. That thing is huge. I would not have wanted to see that snake when it was alive. No, sir. No thanks. I don't like snakes anyway. I don't even like little snakes. So that would be pretty bad. And now we enter the pirate's cabin. Check it out. Yo ho ho and a bottle of rum. Ooh, these guys are having a good time in here. They're playing cards, drinking rum, shooting off the cannons.
Strike your colors or meet your fate.
They're having a
I
great
do not
time.
get your lily-livered paws on me treasure this day, Swabby. Me trusty
we should
crew
try
will
for
teach
their
you a
treasure.
thing or two. Ahoy there, mates! Fire at will!
Ooh, it just blew air at me. We can shoot at him if we want, but I think we would miss. I'm pretty sure we would miss. I would miss. Okay guys, I'm gonna try this. See what we can get. Oh, I'm such a bad shot. Did you see that?
you can get past old one-eyed Pete. But soon you'll find out dead men tell no tales. Prepare to meet your doom. Ahoy, mates! Fire at will!
That's it, guys. I did it. I showed them, huh? Those nasty old pirates. Arr.
As the sun goes down every evening in northern Australia, millions of dark,
Hey guys, see
huge,
this sign?
winged creatures dominate
Open
the
if you
sky.
dare. Well,
They're
I
an
dare.
imposing sight, but these black
Ready?
flying foxes, the biggest in the
Uh-oh.
world. Their
Sorry.
wingspan can reach
I'm
a
sorry,
wide
whatever I
6
just did.
feet.
I'm sorry. So in Fort Yukon, Alaska, during the winter of 1994, a bull moose crashed its head through a cabin window in search of food. Trapped by its antlers, the moose could not get its head back out of the window and eventually froze to death, still standing. And yes, this is the real $1 Million Man, not the Bionic Man, the $1 Million Man. This sculpture was created by Jim Shore of St. Augustine, Florida, from over $1 million worth of macerated money. This guy's a millionaire, just standing around. Okay. Alexandre Pate of France could ascend stairs by hopping on his head. What do you think, guys? Think I ought to try it? No, not this time. Maybe next time though. But I'll do some practicing at home. I'll pop in my head and at home on flat ground and see if I can get the technique down, and then we'll give it a shot. Of course, this whole trip would not be an adventure or an exploration without a dog in it. Knowing you guys, all knowing me, I very rarely go any place without my dogs. So this is like, I think I could have brought my dogs in here, but I think they would have had too much fun. But this portrait of a dog is a bottle cap portrait. And so yes, everywhere we go, there must be dogs. Okay, all my Colorado friends. So as promised, you are looking at the horse tribute to the Denver Broncos. And yes, this is at Ripley's, believe it or not, Museum in St. Augustine, Florida. It says horsepower, the car bumper stallion. This Mustang is made entirely from vintage 1950s and 1960s chrome car bumpers. The sculpture was created by metallurgist Sean Giro to celebrate the Denver Broncos' 1987 Super Bowl appearance. The New York Giants busted the Broncos 39-20, but Giro's artful attribute is still a winner. Tipping the scales at well over a ton and measuring nearly 20 feet long, this recycled bumper Bronco remains one of the largest pieces in the Ripley collection. And here it is. It's actually very amazing to see it in person. It's huge. It's actually very, I would say, majestic. I would call it majestic.
It's got the red eyes like the one in Denver.
And as you can see, it's got the red eyes like the one in Denver going to the airport. If you've ever seen that big stallion horse statue there as you're going down Pena Boulevard, and that horse has red eyes, well, so does this one. It's pretty amazing.
Pretty awesome.
It is. Look at its tail.
Wow.
I mean, that is a piece of art. It's been out here a while. You can see that it's a little bit rusted in places. So it's been standing out here a long time, but it is pretty amazing to see it in person. It's absolutely, actually, it's really gorgeous. I love the mane on it. It's just beautiful piece of art. Absolutely beautiful piece of art. And so, a tribute to the Denver Broncos. Go team. All right, my Colorado friends. Thanks for watching this video, guys, and joining me on this excursion into the strange, wonderful, odd, weird world of Robert Ripley. Do I believe that everything that I saw in there was true and for real? Absolutely, 100%. Except for maybe the Fiji mermaid. That one I kind of wonder about. But if it's not for real, the person who created that was quite the inventor. And I have to say that I feel very sure that the Fiji mermaid was really a big showstopper. But everything was fascinating, absolutely. And I do believe that Robert Ripley went to all of those places, New Guinea and far reaches of Africa, and did see all those tribes, be amongst those tribes, and brought back all of these wonderful things, wonderful artifacts from places that, far-reaching places, that most people will never go. So, thanks for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this video. And if you ever come to St. Augustine, I would highly recommend going to see Ripley's Believe It or Not Museum. It is absolutely fascinating, and I think you'll enjoy every minute of it. So, once again, thanks for joining me, guys. And until next time, safe travels. And this is the end of the trail.